It's not really him. Like, I'm more of doing it this time. So I can't really learn from his experiences. I have to figure out my own way.
All right, Shawn. Hey, you recognize that guy?
Yeah, that's my little guy,
That's
man.
your little guy.
That's my second. Oh, that's my older guy. I got both of my kids, man.
Yeah. You know, it's a family program. Shawn Springs is second at the Commanders High School Media Day. That's what you saw right there. That's not your only Proud Papa moment. Skyler picked up his first win as the interim head coach at Bullets. Now, obviously, Skyler assumed that role under some sad circumstances after head coach Ray Butler passed away. But you got to be proud of Skyler.
Oh, I'm so proud of that kid, man. You know, 25 years old, getting your first win in high school. Unfortunate circumstance with Coach Butler passing away, but Skyler stepped in. He did a great job. That kid has a bright future in football.
Right.
He knows a little bit. I think
DNA.
It's a little bit.
Yeah,
right?
his last name is Springs.
Learning from his mom. That's it.
All right, congratulations to you.
Buying or Selling is sponsored by Coons Automotive.
Time now to decide if we're buying or selling. This is the part of the show where we ask for your input. Each week, we're going to give you a game day scenario, and then you'll have to decide whether you're buying or selling. Here's the deal. This week, we are asking if you think the Commanders will stop the quarterback that is Daniel Jones. Chick, we know that the Commanders have had problems with that quarterback, the Giants quarterback in the past. So, what is your take on this? Are you buying or selling that they will stop Daniel Jones?
I will buy this week, and here's why. He's 5-1-1 against the Washington Commanders, and he's woeful against the rest of the league, which is sad to say. But so, for one, it's just the numbers game. At some point, he's got to come back to the field. So I think that's one thing. The other thing is, you guys know it, Shawn knows it, this team was so bad last week in tackling, and they've been yelling all week long about communicating with each other. So during practice, even when it was quiet, they were screaming at each other, all the defensive calls. So I think they'll be better in that regard. You won't see as many wide open receivers as we saw against Tampa Bay last week. So I am buying that they will stop Daniel Jones this Sunday. And we have been asking, of course, for your take over the past few days on social media. As you take a look one more time, coming up later on, we'll get the results of that, buying or selling.
Right.
And we'll see what happens.
Yeah, we'll definitely see what happens because, as you know, Chick, it's week to week. And the key here is going to be how you're going to make adjustments. Will they be able to make adjustments based on all those tackles that were missed last week? So that's what we're looking for. All right. Chick just talked about the buying or selling.
Yep.
That's what we did. All right, Chick, thank you very much. Stick and stay right there because coming up, Chick's going to introduce us to one of the Commanders' team captains for today's game. They're going to chat all about everything from football to becoming a new dad in today's player profile. We'll be right back.
Check, mic check. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Stand by, David. Single. Well, all right. It's the miracle of live television here at Northwest Stadium. I'm going to call it N-Dub Stadium, by the way. That's just going to be me. Look, we're just over an hour away from kickoff between the Commanders and the Giants. Each week, head coach Dan Quinn will select his captains for the game. Today, one of those captains is Frankie Louvu. Timing is everything because I had the chance to go one-on-one with Frankie in my weekly exclusive player profile. All right, Frankie Louvu.
That game did not go the way you guys expected.
Right.
What is film session like with Joe Witt Jr. and Dan Quinn after a game like that?
Just very critical of, ourselves, looking ourselves in the mirror. At the end of the day, man, what we put out there, that's, us as a team. So, we take a very good look at ourselves in the mirror.
What do you like after a game like that? I mean, do you go and kick the dog, or do you sleep nice? How do you react to it?
Man, I just trying to, be where my feet is at. When I'm at work, be intentional with everything I do. And then when I'm at home, man, just be around family, kind of like kick my feet up, be with my dogs. And yeah, my baby, I had a baby on the way, so yeah, got my son at home. Tank, that's his name.
Tank?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I'm glad to go back home, and that's a win for me every time.
Absolutely. Fatherhood change you?
Man, just be more, my awareness is, I feel like has been up more, trying to protect him, trying to be everything. All he knows is what I know, and so I just trying to be that front foot for him.
Make sure I pronounce this correctly. So you're from Tafuna?
Yeah, Tafuna.
Tafuna, American Samoa. Samoa.
Yeah.
Because see, us on the States always go
No.
Samoa.
Yeah.
It's Samoa.
American Samoa.
American Samoa.
Yeah.
Moved here at 17. Was there a culture shock for you?
Yeah, man. I feel like back home it was only like one way, like one street. You know what I mean? Going 20 miles per hour.
Right.
So you know what I mean. So when I went to Washington State, it was just like I see trains. I'm seeing freeways. It was something I never really encountered growing up. So. And, back home we only had, I love McDonald's, so McDonald's was like, we only had one McDonald's on the island, so when I came to the States, it was like Taco Bell, which I ain't never heard of.
Right. Undrafted guy, goes to the Jets, and you were bouncing back and forth with the practice squad and whatnot. What kept you going?
My family, man, just the youngest out of 8.
Yeah.
My mom has been the backbone of my family, so there was no other option but to put it on my shoulders and carry from there. And, just always been counted out. And, God always pulled through and everything. With him, I can do everything. Without him, I couldn't, I won't be here today. So, man, just hard work. There's no shortcut around it. What you put in is what you're going to get out.
That's Frankie Louvu, one of 8 kids, and now from the mouth of the South, former cornerback of the Washington franchise, Fred Smoot. You saw last week.
I did.
You tackled.
Thank you for giving me my props.
You did. You put your head in there.
Yeah.
It didn't happen so much last week. They are yelling at each other in practice this week. Is that how you get the communication fixed?
Yeah, that's how you got to do it. Like, at the end of the day, tackling is one thing. Tackling is mentality. And they didn't have that mentality because guess what? They didn't play in the preseason.
Right.
And there was a lot of teams. We've seen a lot of bad tackling in week 1. But communication is a whole different thing.
Right.
And I want to chalk that up to time. The coach has only been here for 6 months.
Okay.
All right? So what they're trying to get them to communicate, they only had 4 or 5 months to do that. So I'm not going to kill them on that first dress rehearsal on them not communicating clearly because that takes time. Actually, it takes you have to get out there and troubleshoot. That's why me and Shawn Springs were so good at it.
Right.
We troubleshooted it at practice. So when we got in the game, we could non-verbally talk.
Right.
And I think that's what level they have to get on.
Yeah, they can't non-verbally here because it's going to be loud today. And as you said, there's a bunch of young fellas in that secondary as well.
Yeah.
And Joe Witt Jr. said, and that's on me. We didn't communicate because I didn't make it known.
Yeah, and that's what I love. I love when the coordinators say, you know what, that's on me. That's something Greg Williams used to do. All right, hey, Greg would tell you, jump this route. If they run a double move, that's on me. I make sure the media knows. And when your defensive coach got your back like that, you trust him more. And that's what they have to build. They have to build a level of trust. And us as the fan base, we have to understand, I can't stress this enough, Chick, patience. Patience. This coaching staff, this ownership, nobody has been a part of the last 25 years but us. Now, what we need to understand is we're on two different clocks. We want it now. We're in a microwave society that want it now. Well, guess what? This slow cook, this grandmama.
You really should settle down. Fred Smoot, thanks for your time, brother. Appreciate
Anytime,
you.
Chick.
All right, that's Fred Smoot, Mouth to the South. Coming right back here. Coming up, look, you the people have spoken. You've heard my take, and now we'll share if you think the Commanders can stop Daniel Jones tonight in the buy or sell. Coming up.
Just in case.
All right, we want to get back to buying or selling because it was our poll question, and that's what we want to do right now. So let's talk about this. Will the Commanders shut down quarterback Daniel Jones? We ask you to weigh in by texting us buying or selling to 202-895-5599, and 70% of you say you are buying. You think the Commanders will shut down Daniel Jones today. Today is not going to be his day, according to our poll. Now stay tuned throughout the week on WUSA 9 for our next buying or selling question. And coming up next on WUSA 9 Plus is Commanders Weekly, where we highlight the work that the team is doing to make a positive impact in the community. And right now, it is time for our final thoughts ahead of the Commanders home opener before we send it back out to Chick at Northwest Stadium. Shawn, we want to start with you. What are your final thoughts on the game? What do you think is very important for this team to win today?
Fans come out, be loud in the stadium. Right. Daniel Jones, their winning streak against the Commanders is over.
Right.
You know, last week it was about the introduction of this new franchise and organization.
Right.
We win today, home opener. Jaden gets his first home victory.
Yeah, I agree with you because no